Soto!
Hello, listeners. This is Josh from the Soto Pop podcast. This episode this week might seem a little off compared to the previous episodes. That is because our podcast host Corey, who's also not on this episode, was unable to edit it because he's on vacation and didn't bring his laptop. So I had to edit this one. So if it's horrible, blame Corey. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. I mean, I edited it, but you see how it's Corey's problem here? Anyway, hope you guys enjoy this episode of Soto Pop. It's me, Josh, with Malunis. Pretty good time. So let's get right on into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Soto Pop podcast. This is episode 14. We don't have Corey here today. We just have me, Josh, joined here with...
Let's go, Kakugo, Tachadora Ozu. Hey,
I like
me.
that. That's good. So yeah, Malunis is here. Mm-hmm. Corey is off this week and might be off next week as well.
He got kind of a better deal than you did last week because you were sick and he's in Hawaii.
Yeah, I'd say he definitely looked out better than I did. But yeah, so it's just the two of us here today. But that's not stopping us. We have a lot of Soto things to cover and talk about, so.
And also, a bit of a random last-second topic.
Exactly.
And
random last-second topic.
And I'm just going to say it is technically the first toy reveal for Kamen Rider 01, but don't get too excited.
Yeah, that is true. But you'll have to listen at the end of the show to find out what we're talking about.
So, the main thing to talk about here is the Bandai Candy Toy blog.
Right, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
We had our next update.
What?
We had our most recent update, of course.
Mm-hmm. It is a couple things, but the first thing is another thing, which is...
Oh, yes.
Another one.
Yeah, we finally got to see different, not just the same still picture of another one. We got to see, slightly different pictures, which was nice.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen this another build jump.
Yeah, that's definitely new.
And it kind of confirms that they have different hands.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
Definitely different molding.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then another Gaim has that one hand so he can hold his sword.
Mm-hmm. Which is in different colors, I just realized.
Oh, is it?
The fists are dark blue and the open hands are black.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Huh, that's strange.
It's weirder on gates.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, these look very nice.
Oh yeah, they look great. It's nice to see. We can kind of tell. I mean, it's still kind of hard to see, but we can kind of figure out where the stickers are on these.
Yeah, I can definitely see it on Fize's shoulder. It has the year on it.
Oh yeah. All the names on the years, I'm pretty sure, are stickers.
Oh, jeez. Now I'm looking at that shoulder. That looks like that's going to be a very difficult sticker to work with. Probably has, a few parts to it.
It looks like his chest is a sticker, too.
It's funny, because of the way these are kind of monstrously detailed, you can't really tell... the stickers actually fit because they have that same sort of crumbled feature to them.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, it actually ends up working really well for these. Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, these look fantastic.
That is... When is this coming out again?
July. So
that's going to be when this next thing comes out. Ride 10.
Right. Ride 10. So we had already figured out, or not figured out, but had shown that the first figure from Ride 10 was Waz's Ginga form.
Technically the second, based on the lineup.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And the third and fourth is more Decade stuff.
Yay, more Decade armors.
We're almost there, guys.
We're getting really, really close.
That's the good news.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. That's the good news of this. Sadly, I'm guessing pretty much just to save space in the wave, you have 2 new Decayed armors, but you only get 1 Decayed armor set, and you have 2 bodies, so you have to choose.
Yeah.
So.
I just got in Ride 9 with the X8 stuff, so I can already see how that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely get it. And
like I've already like put together the orange one. I'm still waiting for the other armor to arrive.
so you can have them both. Yeah, makes sense.
So I'll be doing that again with this wave.
Yeah.
But they are doing a similar thing with X8 form where they've included alternate stickers for the sword. That's cool.
Right. Yeah, they pretty much have figured out every possible way to get another Decayed Haysaber sword. Like not just that, but every weapon for all the forms. They've like figured out every possible like combination you could ever do with those. Like a Ride Watch here, or Decayed in there.
Yeah. I think in this case, this is also like the exact same thing they did with X8, like the same variant stickers.
Yeah, it does look like it. Because I mean, how much more different can it really be?
Well, yeah, I guess this would be kind of difficult to do when you're stuck with one armor. But I was going to say, maybe toss in the original weapons.
Yeah, I mean that could be a cool thing to do.
Like, I actually just recently took a screenshot from the episode where X8 form debuts, and one of them has X8 sword.
Oh, did it?
Yep. Like, one of them is holding the Mighty Brothers sword, and the other one is holding the Haysaber.
Oh, I thought it was one of them was holding the Haysaber and one of them was holding the Psycho Grade or whatever it was called.
Nope, this was before that debuted.
Ah, interesting.
But yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. But like I said, based on this one photo where all the forms are shown together, this is probably the last one they're going to do, at least for the retail stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, they could. I mean, we have Ryuki's the only one left that has been like an actual not in show, but like a physical suit.
Yeah.
Fize would be cool.
I don't know what Fize's deal is now.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it does exist in the Butabo Soul game.
Oh yeah, it does, but just only.
It's just that it's also the only one they made, which makes it even weirder.
Right, exactly. But yeah, so these ones for set 10 are the Ghost Grateful form and the O's Taljador. So.
Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah, I just realized that we hadn't. So, yeah, basically you have the bodies for Grateful and for O's Taljador, and then you have one Decayed armor set that has stickers for both of them, and you have to choose which one you want. So, or just buy 2 and then you choose one or the other. So,
it's really interesting to just see them have to make like we're gonna make a Soto style O's body.
Yeah, exactly. Or even a Soto style Ghost body.
Oh yeah, that too. I was gonna say, I wonder if there's even a possibility of them making Soto O's a real thing.
It's definitely like we could maybe get a Soto
They did it with Candy
Chronicle.
Toys, so I guess it's just a matter of what's the budget going to be.
Right.
Or what's the price going to be for a Soto version of that.
Right. And it does make sense that the Ghost and O's forms waited into the last retail ones because they required like an entirely new body mold, while the other ones you could kind of take it from older Soto figures. At least you weren't starting from scratch.
Yeah.
So,
if you're a toy customizer, then you're in a good spot with these.
Oh, absolutely.
Like there's that, I think they're called Mini Pura on Twitter. They've been just making all of the forms, and I think recently...
Oh, yes, I've seen that.
All dragon.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool. I saw that one.
And this, as we said before, this comes out in July, and it seems like the only things that haven't been revealed are the first 2, and that's probably going to be Grand Zeo.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Now that I've gotten Zeo Trinity, I was reminded, oh yeah, it comes with the Saikyo Gired, specifically one that is, was it painted or molded in silver? Let me grab it. Painted, yeah. Okay, it was painted. The one that they released originally was like a kind of pearly silver plastic. But yeah,
gotcha.
So they've got this one sword, and I'm thinking Grand Zeo doesn't really have any unique weapons to it, so they'll probably include one for that. Just get the other variant out there.
Yeah, that would make sense. I could definitely see that being a thing.
Really looking forward to seeing how that design translates, and how many stickers are going to be used for all those little parts.
Yeah, exactly.
I really hope those are molded in, because that would look a little bit better.
I feel like it would be, because me and Corey were talking about this the other night. I'm expecting it to be like molded in tan plastic, but then you have like one of those like chrome shiny gold stickers you could put over it if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
With like a black outline of the rider with like a chrome sticker kind of thing. Something like that.
That's going to be interesting to see how that looks. I might actually have to paint it.
yeah. I'm sure we'll get that revealed next weekend probably. So.
Actually, probably the week after, because Zeo is going on break next week.
That's right. I forgot about that. So yeah, it would be the week after.
And after that, we have Kai Soto. You've talked about Kai Soto, right? How do you feel about how you feel about the new unexpected additions?
I think the stickers are like for the new ride, like the ride watch holders and everything. I think those are really nice. Personally, I wouldn't put any of them on there because I like the idea of just having them blank so they could be any watch that you want instead of like having it absolutely set to be a certain watch. The tubing in the heads is interesting. I just don't really get the point of it. But
yeah, it's me and Corey talked about it in that episode. I think this was like a common thing that you would see in Transformers, and it kind of makes sense there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's they've gotten better than they used to, and it seems like Zeo is doing the thing that Transformers learned to do, which is to use regular clear plastic and paint the front.
Okay, so that's what's going on. All right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So you can just like shine a light behind it, or presumably the light in a room would probably fill it in.
Yeah, at least enough. Yeah. Okay, so I get
something. That's the thing that I'm looking at right now, thinking that might be what they use going forward for Soto.
Oh yeah, that's true. They could.
At least for the next series, not for the line itself.
Yeah.
And then there's also the soles of the feet, which is, I think Corey put it best when he said, "This makes so much sense. I can't believe I didn't think about it." Because they do just kind of have like generic, like,
that definitely sounds
under
like
the feet is just like a peg hole and that's it. I was going to ask, you haven't really been collecting these apart from pre-ordering another one. Is the Kai Soto stuff kind of grabbing you?
Yeah, not really. I think it's a good set to get if you just want like Geo, Gates, and Waz. Like if you just want to get the the main riders out of the way, I think that makes it an appealing set in that respect. But I feel like in terms of like, because I know this is Kai Soto, not necessarily like Dai Soto.
Yeah.
But I know it kind of fits like that type of release for the year. And I feel like compared to the last 2 years with like X8's Dai Soto line and what Build did and everything, I feel like they had more to offer in like a quote-unquote premium style Soto set than this. So
yeah, I've been saying this for a while. Whenever the subject of Dai Soto comes up for Zeo, there's not much they can do to improve upon it because it is already really good.
Exactly.
But so they did find enough to do with like the Ride Watch stickers and stuff.
Yeah, like I kind of figured they would do something like that at least because I think that was a pretty obvious thing for them to do. Especially after they did things like the Decayed Soto Plus coming with all the rider card stickers and stuff like that. Like it just seemed like, yep, that seems like they're going to do that.
I actually just realized recently. So, did you catch what me and Corey found out about the stickers for Decade?
I feel like I might have.
It's basically just all the cards that he used in the show.
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
So I just realized, does that mean the end is just going to come with Axel, Birth, Baron, just like a handful of stickers?
I mean, certainly possible. We don't know
Which
what
would
he'll
be
come
a
with.
little bit unfortunate because comparatively, Decade got so much more.
Well, Deanne could also come with like Invisible and stuff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And like, cause like those were actually new ones, cause it now says like Neo Invisible and stuff on it.
Oh right, I forgot about that unnecessary detail.
Yeah, I don't know why they added that, but they did.
That's kind of like you don't really follow Pokemon. I was gonna say, it's like when the most recent games, Sun and Moon, kind of introduced this idea of forgetting now what it was called, but it was just like a powered up version of an attack. And it's like, what is the super version of Flail gonna do? Oh, it's still ineffective.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a Ride Plus 2 is looking very good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I pre-ordered that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I pre-ordered both pluses.
I don't know if it was off mic or if it was actually in the last show, but Corey discovered that I've been doing pre-orders.
Gotcha.
Actually, for like the last few waves, I've just been using like HLJ and Ami. So now I've got everything that's available pre-ordered, at least of the numbered sets.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Got Ride Plus coming up soon. Hope I can make that money in time.
Yeah, anyway. I'm excited to see, really excited to see what's going on with the that mystery figure in the Soto Plus 2.
At this point, I'm actually not sure that would be the Shinobi villain, just because what's the delay at this point?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something that we don't know about, that they don't want us to know about yet.
Yeah.
Which makes me even more interested in it. So that's I'm not gonna say that's the main reason why that I pre-ordered it, because I did want like Ginga and Deanne and stuff like that. Especially because if I'm getting set 1, I want Deanne to go with Decade and Hatari to go with Shinobi and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I'm just even more curious about, because I'm just expecting that they'll probably reveal the figure to be some really cool figure that I really want or something. So,
let's see, when does that come out? That's August. That actually might be in time for some final boss to appear in the show.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Or something from the movie that doesn't get made into set 11 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the movie stuff. Oh boy, that's gonna be that's gonna be a lot of waves.
I'm pretty sure the movie stuff will just be the entirety of Wave 11, kind of like how Builds kind of was last year.
Oh, okay, yeah, that probably makes sense. I don't really. I saw some speculation about how, are all the movie writers going to use the ride watches on their holders? And I'm like, do they look like they can do form changes?
Oh yeah, I definitely don't think they're going to have any form changes.
At best, maybe they'll acknowledge that they wear ride watches on their arms.
Yeah, I figured it was just more of like to like show the powers they represent more than anything else.
I actually don't know for sure what all they would be wearing anyway, because like the Amazons guy, would that be 4 riders, I guess? I guess there is 4 riders in the show.
Yeah, it could be.
I never watched it.
Or it could just be like, well, yeah, that's fair. I feel like it could probably be. I feel like each of the 3 movie riders have 3 ride watches and then like a blank one, kind of like how Geo and Gates just like always have a blank one or something like that.
Probably.
So I feel like that Barks guy or Blarks or their names are so confusing to me. I'm pretty sure that.
Their names seem like they're supposed to be anagrams of English spellings or something.
Yeah, it's strange. Like I get what they're going for to like try to like have connections to the riders they're representing, but it's just kind of weird because, especially until like how you're always waiting for Kilbis to be on the stand. Like I'm waiting to see how they're going to be spelled out on the Soto stands.
I am so so looking forward to actually having names for these guys.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure Set 11 would have them in there, though.
Definitely.
Along with Geo's new Oma form.
I was about to say, I saw one article referring to it as Oma form, but I wasn't sure if that was the name.
Yeah, I saw something about how it was translated as that or something like that.
When I looked at the official tweet about it, it looked like it just said, "What in the world is this new form?"
That's what we want to know.
How do you feel about that form, by the way?
Oh, I think it's pretty great. I think...
it's,
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think it's kind of cool that we kind of get two flavors of a final form, because the thing is, Grand Zeo is kind of like the final form for Zeo if it's celebrating all the riders.
Right,
and the movie
right.
form is just like the final form if it's solely focused on Zeo.
Right, exactly. I really like the concept of that.
Yeah, and so if you're into the idea of headcanons about what the true final form is, there you go.
Exactly. Especially, I can definitely see it now. People arguing over which final form is the official Geo final form.
Especially since I think this is yet another movie where they're not totally clear about when it takes place.
Oh yeah. It could be an end, the end of the show. It could be something over past or some point or something.
Yeah, all of the summer movies are technically advertised as the final chapter.
As far as I'm aware, it has to take place after episode 40 at the least.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember something about the plot being the movie riders are summoned after the 20 Heisei ride watches are assembled or something like that.
Yeah. Technically, Build was originally advertised as it takes place after the War for Pandora's Box, which could mean the finale, could just mean this... Well, at this point, we know when it takes place, but at the time...
Yeah. Right.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, it takes place so close to the finale, so...
Yeah. So, that is speculation on the movie, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I'm pretty sure we're speculation...
That, so. Yes, speculation about...
So, speaking of speculation, here's our topic. The first bit of Kamen Rider 01 toy news, and it's so early that we know nothing.
Yep. And don't believe those fake scans that are going around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's... Oh, fake scans. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is going to end up in the description, but this comes from LadyEve.net, which is one of the Japanese news blogs. A pretty trustworthy source, because most of the things they cover are actual official releases and shop listings.
Oh, okay.
So this is some Gashapons stuff that appeared on Amazon Japan, Yahoo Japan, etc. And it's similar to stuff that we saw for Zeo. The first one is, well, also all of these are releasing in September 2019, so I guess that gives an indication when Zeo ends.
Well, I mean, yeah, that lines up to when it probably would have anyway, so I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the first one is Narikiri Item 01, or Roleplay Item. That's 200 yen each, 6 items in the wave. That is most likely the small-scale roleplay toys.
Ah, okay. So the little swords and drivers and stuff.
Yeah. I'm always been curious about how big those are, because to be able to fit inside a capsule, they might actually be small enough for 12-inch figures.
Yeah, that's possible. I've never had any of them in person to test that, so...
Always kind of been interested in them, but I've never really gotten any of them.
Yeah, I always felt like they might be a cool thing to have on my desk or something like that, but not I've never really gone after them.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's something that many Rider series have had, so that really doesn't tell us much, other than it seems like they're continuing their trends.
Yeah.
Then we have Light Gimmick Swing 01. If you're not familiar with those words, swing is usually used for keychains.
Oh yeah, I always is that because I've always seen that for years, like on keychains. Is that because like they're on a chain so they kind of swing around? Is that just why that comes from?
That must be where it comes from, because I can't imagine any other reason.
Right.
It must be one of those. I always forget what it's called, the Wasai English or whatever. It's when English words get used in slightly inaccurate ways in Japanese.
Yeah.
Like I think high five is high touch.
Now I'm just thinking of Wizards, Infinity's weapon.
Yeah, and one that I seem to remember fansubs having trouble with on TV Nihon, mansion is used to describe an apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah, light keychains, they've been doing that for a while. It's same price as the ride watches, 5 in the set.
Makes sense.
I'm curious about 01's gimmick item because that silhouette is really weird.
Well,
it's like a card sort of, except it's the price of a ride watch.
Right. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I don't know what they could be going for with that. I mean, to be fair, like when they showed off the ride watches, they were just a circle. Yeah. So
that was more like a. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's just a different flavor of placeholder item.
Yeah, it's possible.
Either way, that'd be interesting because if it is supposed to look like that, then I'd like to see what it's supposed to be. If it's not that, then it's something that we are not prepared for.
Exactly. Just like how the silhouette of the rider is just a generic silhouette of a rider.
Oh, yeah. And last one on the list. This one's kind of interesting to me for one reason I'll give. Rider's Anthem number 3. This is I don't know if you've seen this before. This is a Gashapon series of like chibi action figures.
Yeah, I'm sure I've probably seen something like that. There's like so many Gashapon lines, it's kind of hard to follow at times.
Yeah, this was started with Zeo. The first wave was February. It had Zeo, Gates, Woes, and Zeo 2. And recently they revealed Wave 2, which has Zeo Trinity, Gates Revive in his 2 different forms, and Woes Ginga finally.
Nice.
And this will be in September, so that's going to be after Zeo ends. That's what I find interesting. Oh, it's continuing after Zeo. And apparently it's the only one that we have any information on because it says Kamen Rider Build is the first one in the set.
Huh, that's interesting.
So I guess they're pulling I was about to say Lightning Collection, but we literally have this already in Zeo. The Rider Kid figures.
Yeah. I hope those continue. Cool. I hope those continue into 01.
Yeah, because at this point it's just been build and exit.
Yep. I don't know if you saw they just revealed The End and Laser Level 0.
Oh yeah.
Or Laser Turbo. I mean.
Technically, Decade is in it too, but still.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I mean they just revealed The End, so like I get that, but.
Yep. Yeah, that seems almost like a missed opportunity, but I guess it's because I was gonna say I was looking forward to them just using this as an excuse to get all of the main riders in a unified scale.
Yeah, that's what I thought they would do, especially since every build and Geo form or build and X8 form that they've put out in the last year was something that Soto's done the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
but I guess like the plus side to that is that they can keep it going and continue to go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Assuming they actually do it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if like instead of a heavy focus on X8 and build, we get a heavy focus on Drive and Gaim or something. I don't know.
I'd be down for seeing some Ghost designs in there as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. I meant to say Drive and Ghost, not Drive and Gaim.
Yeah, because Ghost was a figure line that I kind of skipped because I didn't really like how the hood turned out.
Yeah, they could have done that a little bit better. But I mean, I get what they were going for, but
technically they did do it better as they went along.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was the main reason I wasn't into it because I was like, oh, they even realized that they kind of messed up at first.
Yeah.
But
even the vinyl figures. Because, like, when Ghost Inspector's vinyl figures came out, they had the hoods up. And then when Geo, I think it was Geo, it might have been last year. They did like a Legend Rider vinyl series.
Oh yeah.
And when they did Ghost, he didn't have the hood up anymore.
Yeah, for Build, they actually just, I think it was for Build, they introduced an entirely new body type for the vinyl figures.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, Rider's Anthem number 3, that's, it's interesting to see that continue on to the next series. Because,
definitely.
Because Build kind of had its own little gimmick line, which I collected, sadly.
Oh, was it those little, like, chibi mix, but you could, like, mix them up, best matches or whatever? The remix
Yep, I say
Riders?
sadly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I say sadly I collected those because most of the, like, big important ones ended up on Premium Bandai.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. That's
And
how they get you.
It's kind of interesting to see that kind of carried over into Ryu Soldier. Of all series.
It's true.
And it's also called Remix Heroes now, so I'm thinking, what are they planning on doing with this going forward?
It's just so... Oh my gosh. Yeah, that usually seems to be Toei and Bandai's end-all be-all. Let's just do Metal Heroes again. One day
it'll work this time.
Yeah, one day it will work. Oh my gosh. But yeah,
So,
I just think it's fascinating how Bandai has so many different figure, candy, Gashapon lines going on at the same time. There's just so much.
Yeah. Like, I thought it was just a writer thing originally, but there was that, Kara Collect or something. It's like Character Collect, but it's abbreviated in a really stupid way. I saw it in Writer, then when I was browsing their Gashapon site for, like, writer pictures, I noticed, oh, they have some for some other random series. It's kind of like their version of vinyl figures.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, this 01 stuff is kind of interesting, at least in the sense that it confirms that they're continuing to do what they've been doing for the last few years in terms of gimmicks.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if it works, right?
Yeah, I don't really see it as a bad thing, but it's also not, mainly because it's also not really indicative of what the main series is going to do.
That's true. Yeah.
Like we don't even know what this light gimmick is going to be applied to. Maybe a credit card, maybe not.
That'd be weird. Yeah, I mean, it could be possible that it could be.
Card came to mind.
No, it actually kind of looks like one in like a way. It looks like
Someone
a really
USB
big one.
Thing. Or an SD card. Someone described it as an SD card.
It does look kind of like that too. I don't know. It's fascinating. It's always fun at this time of the year to kind of try to guess, like, well, what are we gonna get, or what's the gimmick gonna be, rider look like, or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know. Since we're on this subject and it's already technically off topic for the podcast, what are you hoping for?
Honestly, I don't know. The main thing I'm hoping for, I think we've heard like a little bit of rumors about like possibly like a computer theme or something like that. Or like some kind of tech thing.
That was what I thought when I looked at the name. Like, two thoughts came to mind right away. One was, I'm thinking of computers, and then the second one was, I'm thinking of Forza, where the name didn't really technically tie into the motif at all.
Yeah, that's true. It could be that kind of situation.
It's definitely a name with a purpose, at least, because there's that pun.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing I'm not looking forward to, but hoping to get is, I don't think they would do it, but I'm kind of hoping that we don't really get any Legend Rider stuff this year.
Yeah.
To kind of just start off Reiwa with kind of something new, and not really focus on the past as much, especially since we are going to be coming out of a big Heisei celebration season.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it's possible that they might just kind of turn back. Like, I can see them at least doing the I think they might have even confirmed that they were going to still do the winter movie, but I can see I can see that being kind of a passing of the torch thing, and then like maybe after 01 they'll just kind of focus on everything that's relevant to the current era.
Yeah, it's very possible, because I know there's like a placeholder title for like Movie War, or not Movie War, but it was like Movie War Next Generation 2020 or something like that. Some placeholder, just generic title. So.
Like Heisei Generation. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what is Next Generation supposed to mean? And then I realized, placeholder.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was just a placeholder before Reiwa got like officially announced, so they just were like, oh, well, Next Generation or something.
Yeah.
It might not even be called. It might not even have generations in the title at all. That could just be a complete title, placeholder title. But like one
gives
thing
them a chance to start over with the naming scheme because Heisei Generations was kind of a messy set of titles.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I like that title. It's just when they had the whole Final and Forever thing, it was like that was weird.
And especially also confusing for people who didn't know anything about what Heisei even means.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I was running the build blog and the name Heisei Generations Final came up, I got a bunch of people sending me questions like, is Kamen Rider ending?
Oh, man. Oh, no. I mean, I could definitely see where people were coming from with that.
And I think in at least one case, I just linked them to the Wikipedia article for Heisei era.
There you go.
Just like, these words exist outside of this franchise, just so you know.
Right. I mean, in terms of like getting like no Legend Rider gimmick, I feel like they would at least do like a Geo, whatever of what 01's gimmick is. And I feel like we would probably get a 01 Ride Watch in as like a campaign item or something like that.
Yeah, and I wrote up an article on the Tokusatsu Network, like, I think earlier on during Zeo, where it was a little bit of a dated topic even then because of how many ride watches there were, but I was basically just going over Legend Rider items over the years and kind of pointing out how there's a noticeable decline in how many they're willing to put out on retail.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Until obviously like Geo, where that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, now I'm interested to see what the current situation is with Legend Rider items. Like, did ride watches make them cool again?
I feel like in a way, I mean, if my own opinion is to be kind of yes, but also kind of like.
I mean, the fact that very specific trivia for 01, this will be the second series in a row where the items actually make sounds.
That is true.
So that to me says, okay, maybe that's actually working for them.
I don't see why it wouldn't, because I always felt like sound gimmicks were more of a viable option for Bandai because you can make them forever. So
yeah, and like, the one downside that I've ever really seen in fandom is people who say, okay, this means that this is going to be a little bit more expensive to collect, unfortunately.
I mean, that is true. But, I mean, because like today, like if Bandai wanted to put out a brand new Guy Memory set or a Lockseed set, it would still work completely with the Double and Sengoku drivers.
The Light and Darkness of Futo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that set. Wow.
Let's just make everything that appeared in the show, all the things that appeared in a novel, and just make some stuff up.
Yeah. There's. Oh wow, that's one of the weirdest premium Bandai sets I've ever seen. Wasn't it like $300 or something absurd like that?
And none of it was even manga related. I don't think the manga existed at the time, but I'm just really impressed.
Yeah. It was just the novel, and I think you're right too. They just made up some stuff.
It's like that's how well Double sells. They can just make stuff up and it'll sell.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm surprised, honestly, that we haven't gotten any more like Lockseeds in the past couple of years.
Yeah, the only weird thing about Lockseeds is that what was it called? Whatever the Lockseed was that Jam used in the final episode.
Yeah, the Darkness Ringo.
Yeah, that ended up getting released well after the final episode.
Oh, way after, yeah. That was very strange. I don't know why. It's like I always feel like whenever I think of that set, it feels like they forgot. And they're kind of like looking and they're like, oh wait, we never put that out.
We might have a repeat of that with Kill Bus.
Yeah, we definitely could. I still don't understand why we don't have that yet.
Yeah, it's got sounds and everything.
Maybe they'll include it with the 2 dark tank bottles for metal build or whatever.
Oh yeah, I guess because there's no other point in releasing those.
Yeah, I mean, cool. They're just 2 tank bottles with gray plastic now. Like,
I bet you I know what pins they're gonna have on the back.
oh yeah, you're right.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think it's even weirder that Keelbus Spider hasn't really been released, because it seems like, if I'm understanding correctly, the gimmick of Grease Perfect is basically using the same engineering.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah.
So I guess technically they have some amount of skeleton from that item.
Well, it's odd because if they put Keelbus out now, after Perfect Kingdom already being like a thing that we know is coming, it's gonna be kind of like a reverse, like a backwards from how it is in the movies, where like Keelbus's item came first and then Grease's came afterwards. So it's kind of seeming like his came from like the design of Keelbus's. Meanwhile, in the toys, it would be opposite, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, oh yeah, it certainly is.
I'm trying to remember now. There wasn't really another villain rider in that movie, is there?
No.
Just Metal Build. Okay, so that probably does make sense to just pair it with that.
Yeah, I mean, they could just put out a Premium Bandai set of 2 tank bottles, but that doesn't seem like that'd be very exciting. So, it'd make more sense to include it with the Spider and the Spider bottle, and then just have a set with the 3 bottles and the Spider thing, and there you go.
Yeah.
Have the 2 villains.
Conveniently mark it as a villain set.
Yeah, there you go. I feel like that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's a little bit of speculation on 01, and also just random chatter.
Yeah, just random speculation on a bunch of things.
Yeah. I feel like it would be kind of fun to do like a topic for 01 when it gets officially revealed, because there will be a lot of toy stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, especially because I'm guessing we're probably about 4 weeks out from seeing the official toy scans leak.
Oh yeah, for this sort of 01 Gashapon stuff, I pulled up the original like toy catalogs for Zeo, and the Gashapon stuff came out in July. Yeah. Like early July.
Right. Yeah, it's usually like early or mid-July that we get the first quarter stuff.
Yeah.
So
technically, we could get earlier than first quarter because that Gashapon stuff came first. It was just kind of random.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
Never really see the Candy Toy stuff, so that's always kind of a wild card.
Yeah, Candy Toy was just kind of... Well, I really liked, because I don't remember them doing this. Well, I think they did it for Build. Well, I mean, Geo did it more, but like in the magazine scans where each month had like every ride watch that was coming out through all the different release means.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked that every single month. They wouldn't necessarily say in the catalog what was Gashapon, what was Candy Toy, but you could figure it out based on like, what was being released. Which was just, I liked that a lot. I thought it was always really exciting because we get the Telebukun scans, and I'd be excited to see what's going to happen in the show, but then I'd be like, alright, what ride watches are we getting this month?
Yeah, I think those come out later just because those are from a different magazine, maybe.
It's possible, yeah.
Because I know there are 2 different ones. I think Telebukun is one, and I think there's one just called Television Magazine or something.
Ah, okay. That would explain that.
But yeah. That's something to look forward to in the coming months, or weeks even.
Yes. And one very exciting episode once the 01 scans drop is for us, once we see what we're getting into with gimmicks and forms and what the rider looks like, we can start speculating how Soto will take care of it.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say this right here. We need to all be here for that one, because that's a good episode.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's definitely going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, that's what the podcast is about, Soto, so...
Mm-hmm. So,
and other tangents.
Thanks. On that note, it's been 45 minutes. That's a good episode length. I think it's time to wrap up. I
agree. So that is the 14th episode of Soto Pop. We don't know when Corey will be back. He won't be. I'm pretty sure he won't be here next weekend. But hopefully the next weekend after that we can have all 3 of us here, because it just seems to be rather difficult to get all 3 of us sometimes. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. But yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And, you can follow me on Twitter and at Living Ranger Key and all that other stuff. And Malunis, of course. You want to plug your stuff?
Yeah. Links in the description. There we go. I plugged it.
Yep, there you go. Congrats. So, because Corey always says, keep it juicy?
That's dumb. またね